Hi, my name is Lizzy Beck. I'm here at the Hoosic River in Williamstown, and I'm going to be reading from a poem in progress called Watershed Diary. It's a poem in distinct short sections, each of which is linked to the sections which precede and follow it. The intention is for the nature of those linkages to change and turn, so that the poem flows and moves ahead, but does so meanderingly like a river. I also want the sections to vary the pace of the poem, rapid sections, lazy sections, and also its temperature, warming up, cooling down. I wrote most of this poem on walks along the river trails in Williamstown, including in this spot, walks both along the Hoosic and the Green Rivers in the month of June. I want to thank HooRWA and the Mass Cultural Council for supporting this project. I'm grateful to be a part of it. And the poem begins with an epigraph. Watershed Diary. A drop of water falling anywhere inside the watershed boundaries will eventually make its way down to the river, either in a stream or over the ground or under the ground. Hoosic River Watershed Association. Mud, shade, purple asters, caddisfly nymphs. These are examples of point source pleasure, though non-point source pleasure may also be present. All morning I play hide and seek with the river. The trail sign, when I find it, is nailed to a fallen tree. Ostrich ferns upright and huge, the green a tie-dye shirt aspires to. Gobs of light in feathered, fluted urns. Walking a path is like walking through someone else's mind. Frustration, surprise. Do I trust it? On one end of the river trail is the power station from which a man emerges. I hustle. He holds up his bottle of Gatorade like the spread open pages of a passport, which reveals me as the border agent. See, he's exercising. Here is his stamp. The water near my house is Christmas Brook. Darn it. Our Jewish daughter always playing Santa. Believes in the Easter Bunny. Deep knowledge of leprechauns. In April in the grocery store. Antibiotics. Cubed watermelon. Peeps. Always saying no. My child's friend thinks matzo balls are made of meat. Half funny, half blood libel in the modern day. I never know if in the Passover story all the water turns to blood. Rain, urine, child's drink in a ceramic jar, or just the Nile. Just. Every drop, vermilion, in the watershed boundaries. My friend who lives here is not here because her friend who lives elsewhere is dying. By the time I transcribe my notes, a matter of days, it is over. She is 37. A drop of water will eventually. A weaver, which seems the opposite of river, the way a river breaks a landscape, stops you short. River, rift, rend, reeve, thrums of distant grieving, haze today from fires burning in Quebec, green evening. Ostrich ferns, light in feathered, fluted urns, in a stream, or over the ground, or under the ground. Turntail, hightail, whitetail deer in the river. A mother and child, and their crossing is a labor. Uneven river stones, water neck deep for the fawn. I carry my baby in the front pack, from which he can touch the beetle-hole bark of a maple. Behind the townhouses, a boy poses for no one. Hands on hips, the river his. I wonder if the path behind him is a deer path, a desire line, like the old cow herding ways that over centuries become roads. The deer path, the river's path, the river that establishes desire. Stream of. Watching my thoughts slip by full of insects and minnows, my thoughts evaporate from the surface as mist, dry up seasonally, go underground, intermittent, not a river, no vigor, certainly not the depths of a lake. My thoughts today cool and clear. A deer stops to drink from my thoughts. I step into my thoughts in black sandals and dirty feet. My thoughts join up with other thoughts. Together, they'll make it big, float a canoe, a kayak or two. My thoughts always wanted to see the ocean, unpolluted thoughts, depopulated thoughts, over or under oxygenated thoughts, catch and release thoughts, dammed up thoughts, whitewater thoughts, flood chutes around my poor little thoughts beginning far up on the mountain as rain. Bishop, cold, dark, deep, and absolutely clear, historical, flowing and flown. I don't think my thoughts are historical, can't even remember this morning. I cross a wooden footbridge where a stream rushes under and down to join the swifter current. The river's baby burbling gives way to constant flow. Signs uphill mark the boundaries of private property. They can come down this way, but I can't go up. 2 dogs bark and whine, one remarkably like an elephant. A third leashed so still I can't unconvince myself it is stone. Their treehouse overlooks the river. Later on the Hoosic, I find a second treehouse rising among the cottonwoods from a rusted hunk of maybe tractor. Later, a third treehouse, until I realize the treehouses are blinds. Are maybe blinds. Or walking a path is like reading a book, then reading it again, backwards. What belongs on the river? A cranefly feasts on asters, lilac bristles, yellow centers. Japanese knotweed, so vigorous its nodes are red. The cleverest invasives reach me nose first, so that accidentally I like them. Dame's rocket, multiflora rose. My favorite wildflower, the ragged robin, has come over from Europe and naturalized. A drop of water falling anywhere. A bold, showy pink that looks eternally exhausted. But the river is a weaver, is a web. Bubbles dart over the surface, fly bodies with breast-stroking legs, mayflies at the nymph stage that attract trout fishers, humans, and mergansers. Footprints in mud thick as pudding. Great maple limbs lounge over the water. The river is a party, the disco play of light on the undersides of leaves. Mud, shade, purple asters, caddisfly nymphs, sand, ferns, footprints, light on the undersides of leaves. Cottonwood seeds on the wind, migratory birds and insects, the river itself a migrant. Human migrants and our descendants carry with us a private, expanded map. Eventually, drops of the Passaic, of Tony's Brook, of the Elbe, the Dnieper, the Bug, gather their belongings and make their way down, where I place my foot on a river stone. Backwards again, a walking oar. Thank you.